Tanse ndo timak. Sasami no manot. Video we tayan. Talking about our Cree language. I'm making a series of short videos to talk about different aspects of our language. Today I'm going to be talking about manners. Everyday manners. European niceties, I call them. Kayas, how people lived, how people treated each other, how they interacted, the level of respect and protocol. Those words were not needed, so we don't. In the Cree language, we don't have words for thank you, please, you're welcome, excuse me. And I will just briefly go through why we don't. For example, we don't have a word for excuse me. Because for the example I will use is when two people are conversing, they're talking, they're interacting, and they're creating, or they have created a spiritual space. So you don't interrupt that space. You don't say excuse me and go in between. You go around. And that's just one example. We didn't need to say please because you didn't ask for things. It would get to you. It would get to your turn. For example, if they were eating, if there's a group eating, there's a protocol as to how the food would be served and who would eat next and next and next. So you wouldn't say please to ask for anything because you wait your turn. You need to be patient. There's no word for thank you. Not to say we didn't express appreciation. There are words to express that. If somebody does something for you or gives you something, kinanaskumtin, kitatamihin. Those are two words that I know. Maybe there's more. But, if you're sitting around eating, a bunch of people, eating, you don't hear them say, kinanaskumtin, kinanaskumtin, kinanaskumtin. No, it's not used like that. Elders today or have used the word mercy and still do today. Mercy, it's a French word that was picked up from them, that was adopted. Hi is another word that I've used, that I've heard in the last 15 years or so, usually in a formal setting, like a meeting or after a prayer. And I really don't know where that word came from. It was not something that I heard over my lifetime until the last little while, but it's good. We need to look for words to use to express those things. So, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's a good thing. But no, we didn't have the word thank you because it was always an expectation that you waited your turn to get something, so you didn't have to say thank you. Plus, if you did something for someone, they would reciprocate at some point in time. So you would just leave it open-ended. Also, no word for you're welcome if there's no word for thank you. Welcome is another word. Like you're welcome or welcome to this place. There's no word except I know at meetings or conferences and places like that, people have used tawao. Now, what tawao means is there's room. And I would think that came from, kayas. When people lived in teepees, gimichit suwakahpo. Gohaya, Kaya smo sa pagamahiga noon, people didn't knock on each other's teepees, tents, houses. Even when I was a child, people didn't knock, they just walked in. That's a European custom, Ninyago, to knock. Gohaya. So I would imagine they just flip the flap open, and then they would maybe wait for to be asked to come in. So maybe somebody would say, "Tawaw, there's room, so you can, so it would mean you can come in." Or they would say, "Pihtagwi," so that would be like permission to come inside. Goodbye. Goodbye is another word that has because it has a finality to it or something. Nihyawewin, they parted ways, open-ended. Igusemaga dito wakahpo, because they don't part forever, okay? Because you will see that person again, whether it's in this world or in the spirit world. So yeah, no goodbye. My mom always said, no, see you later. That's what she always told us. She didn't say goodbye. So, we do need to use these words today, because we live in a society that needs to use those words, because we no longer practice that same level of respect or protocols that were in place kayas. So, yeah, we do need those words today. Otherwise, we'll be rude in our society. So, thank you, kinaskum nawaw, indoh tawig, sasamina anots. Igusemaga.